plastic out of the ocean, one is get it out of the river first. And so we've started to put river machines in these 9 major rivers using technology like you're talking about, like AI, robotics, and we can start to make a difference. But that's a very serious issue also on my mind.
Marc, are you willing to go to some Q&A with the community now?
Sure. And I also just want to say, Benioff Ocean Initiative, we're running, crowdsourcing ideas on how to get ocean plastics. So you can go there and submit your idea. And we've been funding entrepreneurs with their ideas to address ocean plastics, for example.
Nice. And thank you for the work you're doing. Let's go to Sean Valles for the first question. Sean.
Hey there, Marc. First, I'd like to say just a word of thanks for your relentless pursuit of not only philanthropy, but also activism, both in Indiana in 2015 and in my home city of California. I think philanthropy can come easy for some people, but activism kind of requires taking a stand, and I respect how you advocated for your employees. My question is, I'd like to talk about kind of what you think about the kind of local quote unquote exodus of jobs and companies from the Bay Area, given the new remote work and high cost of living. You kind of hear these horror stories of Google employees moving to Wyoming and being able to outspend their local communities. Or even there was one employee that worked at both Google and Facebook remotely and was busted. So what do you make of that?
Well, I think, we're definitely in a new world, which we call the cloud.
That's a catchy term.
This cloud, boy, I don't know much about it. The reality is, look, everyone on this call, everyone knows what the cloud is. The cloud is that you can basically do everything from your computer. So you've got video, you've got collaboration, you can take your seminar from Peter or his friend Tony Robbins, whatever you want, you can do it all in the cloud. Maybe we can do too much in the cloud. We also need to have some human interaction, and also we want to get out and be in nature too. But here we are in the cloud. Let's just address that for one moment. We're in the cloud. All right, well, can I start a company in the cloud? Can I run my company in the cloud? Well, let me tell you, for the last year, I have a company that's 54,000 people. I have a second company, Time Magazine. We're all in the cloud. Let me tell you a funny story. A year ago exactly, I basically called the guys at Time. I said, guys, pandemic is coming. This is not going to be good. You're going to have to go home and start producing the magazine. And the magazine's amazing. If you haven't seen the magazine, time.com/subscribe. It's awesome. And get my sales pitch in there because we're trying to, the importance of the free press. And they said, Marc, you don't know what you're talking about. We can't produce a magazine at home. This is crazy. We've never done such a thing. Time is 100 years old, never produced a magazine at home. I said, go figure it out, guys. Go figure it out. I didn't have to do very much more because the next day the mayor of New York shut down New York and said, everybody go home because we're going to try to stop the pandemic. So they're at home. Now we're all on Zoom. Hey, guys, welcome. We're all back on Zoom. We're all in the cloud. Yes. When's the magazine come out? Well, we have to produce by Thursday. I'm like, all right, let me know how it goes. Guess what? In my mailbox on Friday, the magazine showed up. It was the first magazine in 100 years produced at home in the cloud. If we can run a magazine in the cloud, I also have a 54,000 person company called Salesforce that no one is in the office anywhere in the world. So guess what? We're doing it all in the cloud. We also make tools in the cloud. We're using Zoom like this in the cloud. We have this thing called Salesforce works in the cloud. I have a friend of mine, Michael Dell, called me and said, look, I got a problem here in Austin, Texas. I said, what's that, Michael? Well, we're going to have to close our call centers tomorrow, and we're moving everyone into their home to answer all the questions. I said, no problem. Guess what? You're on Salesforce. Boom. You're done. So that idea that we're in the cloud, we can move. Now, where do you want to work? You can basically work anywhere. We're in a new world. We're in a digital world, right? Look at you. Look at me, right? You're not sitting on top of the Presidio in San Francisco with the Golden Gate Bridge behind you. You're at home with some background, okay? So we're in the world, we're in the cloud. This now is a whole new world. We can do anything. We can do it from anywhere. I can work from anywhere, and I can be anywhere, and I can collaborate, and I can use these basic tools that we're talking about here, the alignment tools. They still work in the cloud. You can still ask questions in the cloud. You can still get congruence to your values in the cloud. You can still align your methods in the cloud. And when you do that, all those same principles come together, and you're going to have success in the cloud as well. So how will that be for San Francisco? How will that be for the world? Well, the whole world is going to reorganize and reassemble. And that's what's happening right now. And I think that that's a great thing because, look, I'm all for, things moving forward. And that's what we want. We want things to move forward. For San Francisco, before this hit, just speaking as a fourth generation San Franciscan, I can tell you, we were sold out. There was no room for anybody. We're a small little city, 7 miles square. It's a finite space. It's a tiny little space in California, San Francisco. And there weren't enough apartments. There weren't enough homes. There wasn't any commercial real estate. It was sold out. And so prices were going way up. So could this help maybe renormalize the system and bring some equilibrium back to San Francisco? Well, this isn't our first gold rush in San Francisco, okay? This isn't our first summer of love. San Francisco is the home of gay rights. We know how to create and innovate and change the world, all right? And this will be great for San Francisco. It's still the #1 tech economy in the world, except for one other place that's very popular right now, the cloud.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean. Let's go
Thanks,
next
Mark.
to Jeffrey Branch. Jeffrey.